And we'll give it a few minutes for people to log in.
No worries. Oh, that was my notification saying that we went live. Turn my do not disturb on.
Oh, that is a great idea.
Stream. Kind of curious as to why StreamYard chose a duck. I guess they swim in streams, perhaps. I don't know.
And it looks like Gretchen has joined the chat.
Hi,
Hi,
Gretchen.
Gretchen.
Can I see who's in the chat? It doesn't look like I can.
I don't know. Over on the right, do you see?
Oh, yes, I can. Hi, Gretchen. No clue. Oh, no, I can now. I figured it out. I said to, can I join video? Can Gretchen join the video? I don't know. I'm not sure. You can definitely ask your question, though, and I will answer it. But if you can join the video, the more the merrier. You're welcome to.
No, I don't think so. But good question.
It is. I wish you could party with us. I like your brunette hair now. Joined us back in the brunette club. Joined me and Brian.
Yes.
That's okay. Rock and roll. My cat is trying to decide whether or not he's going to join us. We'll see. Thank you, Brunette Club. Gretchen, can I answer any questions for you? Starred. Oh, got a little heart by it. Just about.
We'll give it till 2:05 just in case anybody's running late. But yeah, if you have any questions in the meantime, Gretchen, just feel free to throw them in the chat and we'll answer them for you.
I was wondering about double casting for the smaller adult roles. Yeah, so do you want me to answer this now, Brian, or do you want me to wait?
You can.
Okay.
If it comes up again, we can address it again.
Yeah, so for the smaller adult roles, I am planning on having them be doubled in terms of one adult actor will be playing multiple roles rather than double casting versus like it will not be played by two different people on two different nights. And I think the wording can get a little tricky there. So they will be doubling the roles, not doubling the actors to the roles. And that we're going to sort of get that figured out a little more once auditions happen and I can see who can fit which tracks, because most of the adult tracks are not on stage at the same time, so they can be sort of mix and matched in terms of which ones are doubling with which. But then I can figure out, okay, this person can do the adult roles that are in their sort of mid-20s, but they can't do the adult roles that are in their 50s and upwards, if that makes sense. Does that answer what you were asking?
Okay, so it's now 2:05, so let's officially begin. Welcome to Ethereal Just Arts Council's Meet the Director with Taryn Jennifer Huffman, who is the director for our upcoming production of, Joseph Robinette's version of Anne of Green Gables. Thank you for joining me today, Taryn. If you wouldn't mind beginning by giving us a little background of, introducing yourself and giving us some background on who you are, what your experience is when it comes to directing.
Yeah, hi, my name is Taryn Jennifer Huffman, as Brian said. I grew up acting and performing in Columbus, and now this is my directorial Columbus debut, which I'm very excited about. I directed during college. I went to Missouri State University, where I got my BFA in musical theater and a BS in general theater, but I focused on theater education mostly while I was there. I took a lot of education courses. I also taught at the local community theater. So I directed while I was there. I taught while I was there. I did a lot of combining. I wrote a play out there, lots of different things. And now I'm back, and I just was in Ethereal Jest production of the somewhat true tales of Robin Hood. And I was the Sheriff of Nottingham, or the Shermith, as it is pronounced in the show by some of the characters. It was very fun. And I could not be more excited to be directing one of my favorite stories, Anne of Green Gables. So I was very honored when they asked me if I would put together a director's presentation to present to the board. And here we are.
Fantastic. Awesome. So with this production, can you tell us a little bit about the members of your production team?
Yeah, so the members of my production team, some of which we are still in the process of just finalizing, but the people on my production team that have been finalized, sorry, my cat pockets, there he is, he's making an appearance. Hi, bub. You can be Facebook famous. Okay. So the people that I know we for sure have on the production team are going to be Madison Garvin Lee is going to be the stage manager, as well as we are going to have Ivory Mazur is going to be the set designer. Ellie Hanick is going to do sound design, and Jamie Levitt is going to do props. So I'm very excited to work with all of them. I've worked with Jamie before, and I've known Madison in an acquaintance situation type for a very long time, but I'm excited to get to work with her. And I'm excited to get to work with Ellie and Ivory, neither of whom I have met before, but I'm excited to get to always collaborate with new people and to work with a great team.
Great. So for those of us who don't know, can you describe the show? Like, what is it about? What is the story?
Yeah. Anne of Green Gables is a story that is very near and dear to my heart, and I think to a lot of young people's. It is the story of a young girl who is an orphan, and due to a mixed up situation, she is placed in the home of an elderly brother and sister who live together, neither of which ever married, and they just live together on this beautiful farm acreage land called Green Gables, and it's an estate in Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia in Canada. And it's beautiful, as Anne describes. And it's just breathtaking from her point of view, never having seen anything like it. And they have decided that they are going to hire a young orphan boy. They're going to have a young orphan boy come live with them so that he can help to take care of the farm and just keep things running around the house as they age. And due to an orphanage mix-up, they get Anne instead. And originally they are pretty set, or at least Marilla, the sister, is pretty set on sending Anne back and getting a boy. But Anne finds her place in their hearts pretty darn quickly. And she ends up staying and finding her way through chaos and fun and love and trial and error. She meets wonderful people and sort of turns the town of Avonlea on its head and finds her way and brings light and a lot more joy, I think, to a lot of the other people there that maybe didn't have all of that before. That's what it's about.
Fantastic. And I will say that this version of the story, this script that Joseph Robinette has written, is very well done. It's very charming. It's very heartwarming. The first time I read it, I ended up crying near the end in a very good way. So I'm just very excited to see what we as an organization can do with this production. So on that note, what is your concept for this production? What will make this version of Anne of Green Gables different from what people have seen either in a movie or on TV or with another company?
For sure. One of the things that I think is so endearing about Anne is that she is an outcast when she comes to Avonlea. Not only is she an orphan, but she wasn't really wanted. She got sent there by mistake and is trying to prove her place and prove that she belongs there and that she should get to stay. And in doing so, she finds that she is outside of a lot of the norms that already exist. And so my concept for the show is that Anne is this beautiful, bright, vivacious girl in a town where everything else is dull. It is quite lifeless in many ways. It's black and white and gray, and Anne sees everything in color. And so as she arrives in the town, which is colored in blacks, whites, and grays, and is all just monochromatic, when she influences the lives of those around her and they start to see the light and see the joy and see the love in the world through Anne's eyes, they start to become colorful themselves. And you just see the color and light just spread throughout the stage and through the cast and through the characters. And in terms of Anne finding not only her place where she belongs, but her accepting others into her place, and not just her conforming to other people's standards, but her saying, you can join me and I'm going to still be proud of who I am. And I'm not going to change. And I'm still going to be different and unique and loud and quirky and fun. And that's not going to change.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I really like the idea of getting to see visually through the addition of color how the different characters' lives are being affected by this new person who, which I think a lot of us, especially those of us who like to do the arts, can feel like an outsider, can feel like we see the world different from everyone else, and getting to visually see that represented through the costuming, through the set, I think could be really, really not just interesting, but beautiful to see it visualized.
I'm really
so
excited.
With this show, what is the theme or the ultimate message of this production?
I think the message is about self-acceptance in a lot of ways. When Anne gets there, like I said, she doesn't really know where she fits in and is trying to find it. And in a lot of ways, she struggles with that. She tries to fit in with this group of girls that already exists and they already have their friendship. And she's trying to wiggle her way in and just find her own group. And she's struggling. She doesn't fit up to the norms in the way that they've already lived, how they dress, how they talk, how they go about their days. And she finds herself and finds the love for herself and the fact that she can share that with others and allow them to express themselves in that way also. I also think it's a story about family and about your chosen family and finding those who matter to you and allowing them to influence you just as much as you influence them. There is a lot that Anne gives out in terms of inspiration. She inspires people. She makes them laugh. She gives them hope in times when maybe they didn't have it, but people give it to her also. And letting people in, finding your tribe of people who you can trust, who you know are there for you, who are your friends, who are your family, who are your family of choice. You know, you don't have to be blood related to someone for them to be yours and to love them and to cherish them and want them to be in your life forever. So that's the message.
So, who would you say is the target audience for this show? Like, who is this show for?
Really, I think this show, everyone can find something that they're going to love about it. It's for families. I read the books when I was quite young, probably first or second grade, and watched the TV series and the films and the cartoon. I mean, I watched all of it and I read it. Um, I was in the musical a while ago in like 2013 or 14. It was a long time ago. Um, I think it really speaks to kids, but I think it also speaks to adults and finding just this sense of whimsy that maybe they haven't seen in themselves in a while. Maybe they forgot was there. And just being reminded that they're allowed to have it and they're allowed to have this sort of sense of mischief and wonder, and that this spark of imagination is allowed to live inside of them. So I really hope that everyone that sees it is going to find something that takes them and sends them on a journey. You know, they leave and they think to themselves, this inspired me to go do something, to climb a tree or to run around or to just sit and read with my kids and remind them why storytelling is important and to just continue to pass on the legacy that we all try and, you know, we need to just spend time together. I think that's important. Especially during COVID, we were all very isolated, and this show is about bringing people together, and that's what I hope to do with it. And I hope that everybody that leaves thinks about it and wants to be around other people that they love. So I hope it's for everyone. That's what I think.
Great. So, with this show, why this show now? Why is it relevant to modern audiences? Why is it this fall that you think is a perfect time to stage this production and not a different time period?
Yeah, I think right now everybody needs some light and levity. There is a lot going on in the world that doesn't have so much of that, and there has been a lot in the past couple of years, COVID included, that really has kept us isolated, like I had said, but just sort of separated and down on ourselves. It hasn't given us the opportunity to just run around and exist and proud of ourselves for existing. And I think now's the time. You know, we have to start again. And the sooner that we can do that, the sooner we will be encouraging those that are following to do the same. I mean, we want to be open and vulnerable to new experiences. And I think that Anne does that. And she inspires those to do so. She inspires me. I hope that she'll inspire you and the rest of those who watch and get to see, and those who audition and are cast and get to participate. I think that she is going to show people that now's the time that you also need to stand up for yourself and be proud of your individual authenticity and your uniqueness. fitting a cookie cutter is great if you're trying to make cookies that all look the same, but you don't need to. The most interesting cookies are the ones that look a little bit different. They always taste a little better too, in my opinion.
So auditions are coming up Saturday, June 22nd and Sunday, June 23rd. Can you tell us a little bit, what will the audition process be like? For those who are auditioning, what can they expect when they come?
Yeah, so the audition process, everyone is going to cold read from the script. So I've selected scenes from the scripts that have most of the characters in them, or if not, it has characters that are pretty similar so that I can get a good idea of who you would want to read for. I will let you select who you want to read for, and then I might also ask you to read for other people also, if you would like. I'm a big fan of monologues as an actor. And so I would like to give you the option that if you would like to present a monologue, you are welcome to. We're going to keep it like 60 seconds, a monologue in the style of the show. So whatever character you feel like you are interested in, the style sort of varies throughout. Some of the characters are a little more stoic than others. Some of them are bubbly and bright and exuberant. It sort of depends. It's up to you on that. But people will come in. I think we have 45-minute audition slots and in groups of 10, and we will do your monologues. We will cold read, and then at that point, I will let you guys go. I will send out an email later that night letting people know if you have been called back. And then on Monday, the 24th, we're going to hold callbacks where we'll come in, do some more readings from the script, maybe different pages, just do some different pairings of people, maybe read different parts, and then we will get to casting.
So when it comes to casting, what is the timeline that you're anticipating the casting process to be?
Yeah, so the casting process timeline, the way that it works is that by Wednesday morning at 8 a.m., you will receive an email whether or not you have been cast. You'll receive an email either telling you that you've been cast, or you will receive an email thanking you for your time, but letting you know that it's not going to have worked out this time. However, we don't want you sharing that information just yet, to the public. However, on Friday morning at 8 a.m., the cast list will, I believe it's at 8 a.m. I'll double check. Don't quote me on that. We'll ask Brian in a second. You will be able to post that as well. And that will be, the cast list will be shared at that point. It will be posted online, and then you will be welcome and free to share it as you see fit, with those who you care about getting to see it. Additionally, after auditions, even if you have not received a callback, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get cast. It just means that maybe I've already seen everything that I need to see, know exactly where you fit in the puzzle piece. It just completely depends. But I just want to put that out there. There have been plenty of times where I have not been called back for something and then I was still cast. So it is most definitely a thing, and not something to be worried about, and just something to note for everyone's brains, to take a moment, take a breath about that, and not worry. It's all in fun. That's the point. Hopefully it's all fun.
Gretchen has a question. In the audition application and announcement, it mentions dressing for movement as well. Is this just a comfort or a dance movement required? Will there be like a dance element?
It's really just for your comfort. We might do some just general movement. Some of the characters have a little bit more running around to do, perhaps, than others. There's never really any dancing. Um, there's no music in it. Well, there's some singing in it, some light singing, but it's mostly Christmas carols and some hymns. But we will discuss that also. I mean, it's good that we're discussing it now, but it also is something that we can discuss more, the closer that we get. And once we cast, that's not really something. It's just supposed to be a community of people that are coming together to sing, and they're doing it in good fun. They're not doing it to be a professional show choir. So I don't need it to be a professional show choir. I just need it to be people who have fun and want to do it. But just be comfortable, something that you feel like, if you're auditioning for Anne and you feel like you want to run around and do jumping jacks, that you could do that. I don't really foresee Rachel Lind running around and doing jumping jacks. However, if that's how you want to do it, you go for it. Like, make a strong choice. But I don't see any like actual dance partaking happening at the auditions.
So after auditions and after the casting decision has been made, what will the rehearsal process be like?
Yeah, so we are going to start rehearsals July 15th. And rehearsals are going to run Monday through Thursday nights from 6:30 to 9. And we are going to stick through that until Tech Week. And then Tech Week is going to start. Oh, where's my calendar? Brian, do you have those dates pulled up in front of you?
Yeah, Tech Week starts on Sunday, August 25th.
Excellent. Thank you. Sunday, August 25th. And that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I believe it is 6 to 10 that is on the schedule. But I will ask Brian to clarify that in a second, just to make sure that I'm giving you 100% correct information. Because that is the most important thing, is that I'm telling you the truth there. And if any of that changes, you guys will be the first to know. I'm a big believer also in, if you are not going to be used at rehearsal, you won't be called. And I've gone through already in the script and marked out, I've cut the script into a lot of different scenes, because the way that it's written as Act 1 and Act 2, and there are not scenes cut up within it. So I went through and cut up scenes, and lots of them. And so then I can say, okay, great. These characters are needed here, 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 and here, and they're not needed here, here, and here. So we can run just these scenes with these characters or those. Because I want to use your time respectfully and not take your time if you're not going to be needed. Yeah, that's what I have on that.
Great. So going back just a second to auditions,
Sure.
Elise has a question wanting to know if there's a way to audition ahead of time for anyone who may be gone the weekend of auditions. I can start speaking to this. When you fill out the audition application online, there is a section where it describes that if you need an early audition or if you want to submit a virtual audition, the instructions are in there on which email address to send it to, what the deadline is to submit those as well. So all you have to do is just indicate that as you're completing your audition application, and we can make arrangements. Fantastic. Great. So I do want to point out with this show that when it comes to performances, Ethereal Just has decided to add Saturday matinees to the production. So it'll be Friday, Saturday evenings, Saturday and Sunday afternoons for 2 weekends. So there's a total of 8 public performances. So when you're looking at the rehearsal schedule, trying to test out your calendar, make sure that you're also including the Saturday matinees as well. Fantastic. It's amazing to think that it's been a half hour already. That goes by so fast, but there's been so much information that you've been able to give us. Luckily, this video will save on the event on Facebook, so that way people can play it back, and anything that you miss, hopefully they can catch it in a replay. Otherwise, if anyone has questions for either me or for Taryn or for anyone else on the team between now and auditions, feel free to just leave them on our Facebook page. You can email us. There's a dozen different ways that you can get in touch with us, and we will get back with you with the information as quickly as we can. Taryn, before we let you go, is there anything else you wanted to let us know? Anything else you wanted to share?
Yeah, I think in the age descriptions for the characters, I put that it like Anne was 13 to 17, playing age 13 to 17, but I was willing to cast older to play younger. That's true for a lot of the characters. Also, though, if there are high schoolers that are interested in playing those roles that are of that age, excellent. It just depends really on who shows up and who auditions that we're going to fill those roles with. Also, we do need a mini Mayberry who is going to be a littler lady. That's the role that I played when I was in the musical a long time ago. So I have a lot of love for Minnie May. And so if there is a younger lady who's interested, especially for Minnie May, there are less scenes that she's in, and I'm more than happy to work with parents and grown-ups on that, just to make sure that their child is getting home early enough. It's still summer, so there's not really school to worry about so much, but just to make sure that they're getting home in a timely fashion, just to not be keeping everybody out too late. And also, if you have any conflicts, please be just upfront with it on your audition form. I'm very easygoing when it comes to conflicts. I just like to know about them in advance so that we can work on other things while you are absent. So I think that's what I have. And I really look forward to you guys auditioning. I'm so very excited to do this. I can't wait. I'm beaming. I'm super excited. Thank you for watching and joining in.
Likewise, I agree and echo everything that Taryn has said. Again, if you have any questions or want to share any information with us, please feel free to contact us at any of the different platforms, also through our website. We're available whenever you need. If no one has any more questions in the chat, we'll call it a day. Thank you so much, Taryn, for coming out and spending a little time with us. On another note, if you do not have experience on stage, or if auditions make you nervous or uncomfortable, next Saturday, which is the 15th at 2:00 at Ethereal Jest Studio, we will be offering an audition seminar, which is a chance to practice your audition. You can come in, do some cold reads, get some feedback. If you would like to do a monologue with your audition, you can practice that and get some feedback as well. It's a great way to kind of do a dress rehearsal for your audition before coming in and doing the actual audition. So that, again, will be next Saturday, the 15th at 2:00. Again, there will be a Facebook event going up probably tomorrow with all the details and the information for that. Otherwise, again, thank you, Taryn. Everyone have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you guys at auditions.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.